What's up, guys? It's D Mike. Appreciate you tuning in right quick and checking out what I got to say. Just got a couple of minutes. We've got our next events committee that's going to be going on tonight, but I just had a few minutes, so I just wanted to check in with you really quick. Man, it's just really great as we're just moving forward on all cylinders, creating our little Ubuntu community, and man, it's just that the energy is just so amazing. We know how to create, and so how to energetically create. So we know that we're putting all of our good intentions out there, and something that just keeps coming up is that we know how manifestation works, and so we know that we want to get the feeling of where we're trying to get, and then we just let it all go, because we know that the universe is going to bring it to us bigger and better than we could have even thought of it. So that's one thing that we've really been focusing on, is just letting go of the idea. Once we've got it created in our head and we have the feeling, just turning it loose and letting the universe take care of the how and the worrying about when it's going to show up and all that, because we know it's going to be better than we could have ever thought. And so that just keeps happening, and people are just wondering like what's going on. I didn't even know, how did the universe even know that I wanted this? And it's just showing up even bigger and better and at the perfect timing. And that's really how it works. We know with synchronicities, that's really the thing that's been coming in so deep and so frequently is the synchronicities. I was just speaking with a friend, and we were just talking about how when we begin our awakening process, and when we start going through our awakening journey and the journey of self-discovery, and we open our minds up to possibilities that we previously didn't think was even possible. It was outside the realm of what we visualized would be possibilities. And something that just keeps coming up is whenever you do have these synchronicities, how we know that but if it was going to happen by chance, it would be like astronomically low chances of that thing happening. And so when it does show up, and when it shows up in such a profound way, that that there's something else going on. Just the other day, I was just lounging out, I was watching a television show, and my girlfriend said something, Katie said something to me. She said something about the word proprioceptive. And I was like, that's kind of a specific word, I haven't heard that word in a long time, if ever. And so we were had a little bit of a dialogue about it. And so the next day, I was lounging around again, just watching television, and I had previously brought that back up. I was talking about the word proprioceptive, and we were looking it up and seeing what it meant and all that. And so as I'm sitting there just watching the show, it was Boston Legal, and one of the characters on there, Jerry, he has Asperger's, and he has a bunch of little tics and stuff that he does, and he's in front of the judge, and the judge is like, "What is that?" And he's like, "Oh, it's a proprioceptive thing." And I swear to God, like, he said that word right in front of us, and it was one of those moments where I was just like, whoa, like, you just have to, like, stop what you're doing, put everything on pause, and just kind of wonder, like, did this really just happen? And we just start to think, our mind gets blown, and we're like, wow, that really just happened, like, this is reality. What are the chances that the word proprioceptive, the word I haven't even heard before in my life, and then it shows up 2 days in a row? You see, when we break down the word synchronicity, it's sin and chron. So sin is same, and chron is like time. And whenever I was doing some research trying to figure out like what the real meaning of synchronicity was, and what I heard was that it was two related events that happen on or near the same time, but that stem from seemingly different of different causes. So there's two events, but from different causes that line up in the same energy. And so that's the synchronicity. And it's just like, whenever these things happen, it's just like, it's so easy to just flip out and just have your mind blown. But one thing that I've really been trying to do is, instead of getting so freaked out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy, and it is, and it's awesome that we have that feeling of of being bewildered, and it wakes us up to let us know that there is something else out there, maybe being communicated to from a higher source or from our higher self. And I've really been trying to kind of integrate that and just realize that it's not crazy, because we are creators. We're the creators of everything. And all of this stuff that comes in, all these synchronicities, is just reinforcement. Is reinforcement that you're creating this. It wasn't that those things, those seemingly uncausal related things, just happened to happen at the same time. I was creating that, and I was in the energy of that specific word. And so it makes sense that other things, similar things, would be brought into my life to match that frequency and match that energy. So what I've been really doing is, for one, instead of getting freaked out about it, I just kind of take a second and I think, and I'm like, I let it integrate, and I get with the understanding that I created that. I integrate that feeling that I created that. And then I start to think about the meaning. What else can I, instead of just being bewildered by it and letting it kind of pass, I start thinking about the meaning and start thinking about what it means and how I can utilize it for a better and happier life. How I can utilize it to strengthen my communication with my higher self. And so these are just things that I'd really like you to be thinking about whenever all of these synchronicities continue to come in, because they're happening faster and at a faster and faster rate. And it's part of it. It's part of our soul's ascension. So just things to be thinking about. And I just want you to go ahead and reach out to me if you need a kind of a deeper understanding of all this, and you want to get a specific plan laid out just for you, completely tailored to you, about how you can connect even further and even deeper. So my contact information is everywhere. I'm sure you have it. It's on this website, wherever you happen to be, down in the description if you're watching on YouTube or whatever form you happen to be watching this on. My information is everywhere. D. Mike the Young Mystic, and I would love to hear from you. So again, thank you for taking a second and listening to what I have to say, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Love, light, peace profound, in unity and resonance. Namaste.